Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain fire in the sky. Look how high I am. Broncos money line.
Sean Payton, Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year over Todd Bowles. Relentless belief.
And we are Rocky Mountain High.
Relentless belief. Sorry, I know y'all are already complaining about the sound.
There's something in this cowboy coffee on these victory
Okay,
Monday
Reed,
mornings.
you can turn it off.
I love it.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
Chris goes, when the music goes on, you don't have to scream into the mic.
I know, and I just screamed.
You get excited.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it because I'm so fucking excited. Last night was so fun, Reed. It was just us. Everybody else had gone home. Me, Nolan, Reed, and it was crazy because I had Broncos money line. I sprinkled a little bit on Broncos -2, and the end of the end of that game.
I hate gambling now.
When they scored
Broncos.
that touchdown, Cowboy Reed and I were running around like fucking crazy people. One of them's a lifelong Broncos fan. One of them just had the Broncos money line. And when I tell you he leapt into my arms and did the leg thing.
Stop.
I knew I was gonna do it when I did it.
He did the leg thing.
You clamped?
We didn't have
Oh,
any.
yeah.
We didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any footage of it.
Hip drop?
No, he didn't hip drop me. He didn't Logan Wilson me. But he kind of did the like, I just came home from Afghanistan and I'm seeing my family thing. You know, where
It's a long trip.
Reed was so excited he didn't have anybody to hug.
was a long
He just
trip.
hugged the guy who had money line.
Reed gets very excited for Broncos wins.
I got too stoked.
Bro, Broncos country, relentless belief. Let's ride, dude. I just want to say this. The funniest thing about that game is about if there were 100 people in the country rooting for the Broncos, 71 of them had Broncos -2.5. And the funniest thing was just how terrible that 2-point play was. And it was just, they just moved right on in the broadcast. They were like, and let's show you.
They didn't talk about
Cortland
it at all.
Sutton scoring a touchdown again. Everybody at home's like, what the fuck? I just stayed up till midnight to see a dive pitch on the 2-point conversion.
But I mean, even if you were looking for like sexy football, the way that the Broncos got down there too was awesome. It was just like dump it
sick.
off, dump it off, dump it off. And eventually one of those busts for 12, 15 yards and you're in position. I mean, it's not sexy, but that's how you win football games. You play great defense, you're aggressive.
That's a perfect Sunday
and
night
you're not
game.
turning the football over when it matters. And Russell did a great job. Cortland Sutton, awesome.
Look at this big guy.
My
Big guy catching the ball.
My dog, I have a giant German Shepherd. He should only watch Cortland Sutton. You said that your sons only watch Matt Milano.
Yeah,
You're going to
you
teach
want
him
the
football.
German Shepherd to
My
watch.
German Shepherd, when you attack the ball, you got to attack it like this.
Yeah, exactly. He does attack the ball. Like
And
when
Russell
I see,
just throws it up like a frisbee, and he's just out there getting it.
you taught Bear any new tricks, or is he just still?
He's
run
about
up-
to learn
Can
how
he
to
run up
two-hand
the
a
tree?
motherfucking football at the high point.
Can he run up a tree?
He does run up trees. He bounces off trees.
Okay. Well,
I'm
Josh
serious.
Dobbs. Speaking of things that can run up trees,
He
Josh
said,
Dobbs.
like my dog can't run up a tree.
Oh. Josh Dobbs.
Could run up a tree.
Josh Dobbs is like a cat, man. He has 9 lives, bro.
He is.
It's the same thing as the Atlanta game, where in the beginning of the game, he's doing like a full pirouette, drops the ball. They got a long return. He comes out, first series, some fucked up play,
Bro.
fumble. He gets drilled by Kareem Jackson early in the game. Kareem Jackson not rehabilitated at all. Like they're like, they're like,
Bro, I'm convinced hitting people like that is a drug. It's a drug because we have so many repeat offenders, and that video of him doing it, yes, the quarterback is now a runner in that situation, so it's a little different, and I guess that's why they didn't flag it.
they just suspended,
But, bro, he's
suspended
elite.
Denzel Perryman for 3 games. For
They're
like
reviewing
nothing.
it now. It's under review.
Oh, it's under review.
It's under review now.
Okay.
Bro,
And-
he leaded
but
with
he
his,
was out.
He leaded with his
But I just want to say I want to say this. Josh Dobbs, he did not lose this game. He put them in position to win,
It's
and
must-see TV.
you know he is like whether it's avoiding a sack down in the red zone, that little dump pass in the corner. So like if you're on the other side, I'm just not going to bet against Josh Dobbs anymore.
can't.
And I mean, if you're on the other side of that, the back-breaking scrambles, the 3rd and 20s, he just makes magic. And before the game, I think it was Rodney Harrison was saying like, and I kind of laughed it off because it seemed like an awkward thing to say like right before Jack Collinsworth went to break, but he was like, that guy's huge. His legs are huge. And Jack was like, all right, let's go to break. But like, it stuck in my head the whole game. was like, this guy's he's a beast. Like
Yeah.
you watch Josh Dobbs, you don't think athlete, but he's the size of a lot of these edge rushers.
They have to make rockets actually bigger in Houston because
That's the only reason he
Josh
couldn't be
Dobbs
an
is so
astronaut.
big. He said, "I tried to be an astronaut." They said the things
doing
are
a
too
Trump thing?
small. They're too small. Make
doing
them
a shit.
bigger. His brain's bigger. His body. His legs.
Get him in the Space Force.
We'll get up there.
Anyways, Josh Dobbs the beast. We love watching him. The Broncos, they got a little magic to them, man. They're a confident team. That's a Kyle, you know this. Nate, you know this. When a team has confidence, it's like it's like they're better than they actually are. And it's not like they've actually won these last two games. They have. These other teams have given them the game, in certain scenarios. Like, I think Minnesota fumbled in plus territory last night late, gave them the ball back. It would have been a lot for them to go down, what they would have been down at that stage of the game. Buffalo gave them the game in a lot of situations, but they're taking these games. When they're given the gifts, they accept the gifts, and they go win the game. And they have an identity now. And when they lost 70-20 to Miami, did not have an identity. When Sam Howell threw for 1,000,000 yards on them at Mile High, did not have an identity. I'm not saying they're going to make noise, but they are a tough out when you're a team with playoff aspirations playing them late in the season. And I got to tip my cap to Sean Payton and Vance Joseph for improving a great deal as this year has gone on.
And I want to
It's a
say,
it's a
go
different
ahead.
locker room too. It's a different locker room from the 70-0 game. I mean, Reed can speak on this. The key pieces, the expensive pieces that are out the door now, and the guys who are stepping up and playing, young guys.
We invested in the young defensive, side of the ball. Last night, Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito, they were, two of the three edge rushers that played about the whole game. Baron Browning, and they all made big plays. We shouted out Sean Payton. The fact that last night he said, they were like, what did you like about last night? You guys got the win. And he was like, our first half, I'm not even going to watch the tape. It was so bad. It was terrible. Finally, in the third quarter, some things that I saw positively that we could watch. But we were gifted those turnovers, and we didn't, shoot ourselves in the foot. But our run game, we let them run right through us. And the difference
ran the
in
ball,
that,
Minnesota ran the
the
ball.
difference in that, then what would Nathaniel Hackett have said last year after a 4-game win streak?
Oh, I don't even know.
Like,
I don't even know.
He would have made some movie reference and said, I'm friends with Aaron Rodgers.
It would have been goofy. It would have been goofy. But now you've got a real big league ball coach. You're leaning into your identity.
you can feel it.
They're the Steelers West.
You can feel that. That's very true.
I mean, they're the Steelers West with a better offense, and not as good a defense.
Russell's
up front.
time machine parked right outside the stadium.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, next to his Ozempic bottle. He's not on Ozempic. He just did a little bit more cardio.
What is that?
potentially. Ozempic makes you skinny. It's
Oh,
what
it
all
does?
these people are.
No, he looks good.
It's
He
what all
does
these
look
freak
good.
shows are doing.
Hey, Buffalo, they
He can move like he used to.
Yeah, Buffalo. They made the point that he looks a lot leaner, and I think that's played out with the way he's been able to maneuver the pocket.